Hey, what's up guys, it's Marv and welcome back to another Asphalt video. Today I actually have a proper Asphalt 9 video for you guys. I'm going to review the Pagani Imola, which was just released in the event, the special event that's going on right now. I believe it's still going on, so if you want a chance to get the car, it's actually not too bad of an event. If you've been playing this game for a while, you should have quite a bit of blueprints from this event. For me, I think I got around 27, and I did not have the F8 Tributo or a very maxed out SC18, and so I still got quite a bit of blueprints from that event, so I encourage you to go at least get those blueprints while you can. But regardless, let's go over this car because it is basically the new A-Class King. I think everyone's pretty much agreeing on it. And it's a great car, and I'm going to talk about all of the features and everything like that, and of course my opinion. So the first thing you'll notice is its top speed and handling. Those are the two big main features of this car. The top speed at full max is around 244 miles per hour. It's not the fastest in A-Class, but it's certainly much greater than the average, which is usually around 233 to 236 miles per hour. And so 244 is quite a bit faster, and especially without nitro, you can still reach around 230, which is good for those times where you run out of nitro, because the nitro efficiency of this car is not great, but it's also not terrible. It's certainly manageable if you know how to manage your nitro pretty well on tracks like the Caribbean, or on longer tracks such as the Himalayas. If you can do the nitro brake trick, you certainly won't have a problem with nitro in this car, but it's just something to note. The acceleration of this car is pretty average as well. It's nothing crazy like the Vanda or the 918, but it's certainly not super duper slow, and in multiplayer you're not going to be too much of a disadvantage with this car, but you will have to note that you're not going to start out ahead of the pack. You'll need to gain some positions using that top speed and handling, and really what I want to talk about is the handling, because that is where this car absolutely shines. The top speed is great on Himalayas and other straight tracks. It's great and it does work wonders, but the handling of this car in combination with that top speed allows you to maintain those higher top speeds, and the turning radius of this car is actually really good. Like, honestly, it felt more like a Corvette than an A-Class car, which really surprised me. And if you are struggling in A-Class cars, because a lot of them don't have very good handling, and you want a nice agile car, especially for the Caribbean or other tracks like that, like Osaka, this car is certainly an amazing choice. At higher Platinum League races, you're going to do really well because you can just handle corners much better than most other A-Class cars, so you will have a big advantage. And because the handling is so good, that kind of cancels out how bad the nitro is, because you don't need to use as much nitro to get back up to top speed, and it's kind of the balancing factor of this car, which I understand, but it's not too bad. And the handling, it just feels so nice. Like, when I imagine what an arcade racer should feel like, this is what I imagine, because sometimes in Asphalt 9 you can definitely feel how the cars, I mean, we call them boats because they just don't handle very well. This is the complete opposite. Like I said, it really feels more like a Corvette than an average A-Class car, and you can just zip around corners. And in fact, you'll see sometimes in this video I go a bit overboard, and sometimes I'll overcompensate and I might run into a wall because I turn my device too much and I smack into a wall because I'm just not quite used to how good this car handles. So in general, it is definitely the A-Class King, and I think it's a jack of all trades because you got that great handling for sharp turns and tracks like the Caribbean, but you also have really good top speed for tracks such as the Himalayas. And unfortunately, sometimes those two sort of counteract because of that balance with nitro. So on like the Nevada track, where that long straightaway with the rough terrain, you might not be able to do so well like that. Cars that have better nitro efficiency will surpass you in that area, but that's really one specific area. And I think overall this is definitely the new king of A-Class. So in terms of the whole economic thing, my experience is that right now I have a 4-star Pagani Imola, and I spent around 15,000 tokens to get that. And I actually got kind of lucky because one of them, I actually got a jackpot, which was nice, but sometimes the drop rates was like I only got 3 per every 10 packs, so I don't really know how good that jackpot really helped me. On average, I've been seeing most people getting pretty good luck with this drop, but this is an expensive car. It's the king of A-Class, and they priced it like it really is. It's 900 for a 10 pack, so you're gonna need to save and spend if you want to get this car. So for me to get that 4-star Pagani Imola, I spent around 15 or 16,000 tokens, somewhere around there, which honestly is not too bad. keep in mind that it is a 4-star, and so my top speed, just to give you an idea, with 4 stars is around 240 miles per hour with nitro. So it's not that 244 that is so incredibly amazing, but the other stats don't lag too far behind in that respect at 4 stars. But keep in mind, for 15,000 tokens, that's about what you're going to get. And hopefully I'm doing the math correctly, and some other people have told me you're going to need to spend like maybe 35,000 tokens if you want to max this car out, which is certainly a lot. And so my sort of philosophy coming into this was that I wasn't planning on maxing it, because honestly I didn't want to spend too much on this car, because I figure eventually it'll come back like the Valhalla did, or the Valkyrie. Those car names sometimes just get confusing, but anyway, the cars come back, you have an opportunity to get more blueprints later down the line, and for me 4 stars was just enough to justify dumping tokens on it, and 15 to 16,000 really wasn't too bad. It allowed me to keep around 34,000 tokens that I have left, so I can spend on future cars, like maybe the Mazzanti Evantra, I think I'm pronouncing that correctly, if I decide to buy the Legend Pass and go for it, which I still haven't decided yet. But overall, my recommendation, my review for this Pagani Imola is I definitely recommend it. It is an A-class king if you've been saving tokens for a very long time, and I know a lot of people have, because some of the past events have been Legend Pass only, so our tokens have just been kind of sitting there waiting for them to get used, and this is certainly the time. I definitely suggest getting it at least 4 stars, because otherwise you're not having too much of an advantage over generic A-class cars except for that handling. But even then, is it really worth to spend like the 10,000 tokens it would get? In my opinion, you should go further and get at least 4 or 5 stars. I think that's a good area, because the jump from 4 to 5 stars is like 52 blueprints, which is a bit ridiculous in my opinion. So 4 stars I think is a pretty good safe spot for a really good A-class car. Now keep in mind, this is going to last a very long time in the A Elite events, so you're going to get some of your tokens back, which is nice, because it's at the very top of A-class. It's not just, you know, performing at the top of A-class, but it is literally ranked and positioned at the top, so it's going to last a very long time in those elite events. And in multiplayer, it's just going to be very useful as well, because of that high top speed. Unfortunately, the nitro makes it so that sometimes it's not going to have too much of an advantage, but overall, especially for events, because the handling is so good, I think players are going to get really nice times with this car. So overall, I give this a positive review, and I definitely recommend it. If you guys don't have a good A-class car, this is one you want to shoot for. So anyway guys, let me know your thoughts on the Pagani Imola in the comment section down below, and I will see you guys later.